Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about how to protect your energy, how to stop absorbing negative energy from others and what it means. So firstly, what it means. Well, we all know that if you're more empathic, if you're more emotionally sensitive, firstly, you need to understand that it's all okay. It's not like you're not a broken one. You're not a weak person because of that. People who are more sensitive means that they sense more life. So in other sense, it may mean they are more alive, right? Because we can only sense life if we sense life, right? If we are in tune with our senses, that's how we sense life. So when you sense negative energy, it means that, well, there is a negative energy present wherever you are. You don't need to blame anything. You don't need to judge anything. It's just how it is. You just need to make sure that you shake off what's not yours. That's what you need to recognize. What is not yours, so you shake it off, right? When it comes to protection of our energy, we firstly need to know our energy, which means you need to know yourself, right? Know thyself. That's how you strengthen your energy and you become more aware of all your senses. You have many great senses. Like you may, sometimes people sense thoughts of others. Sometimes we may sense emotions of others. Sometimes we may sense energy in the room. Sometimes we may sense energy of cosmic events. When certain changes happen in the universe. Sometimes we may sense intuitively what may happen, right? Sometimes we may sense intuitively what is not good for us, what is good for us. So we have many different senses. And in different spiritual teachings, what you will learn at the first place, you will learn know yourself. Learn to know yourself. That's why we use meditation for getting deeper into ourselves and noticing like how we feel when we are at peace with ourselves, how we feel when we are angry, how we feel when we are sad, how we feel when we are stressed. Just to notice, okay, this is how I feel when this is happening to me. But when we're okay with ourselves and we're interacting with somebody who's not okay with himself or herself, you may sense his or her pain, right? You may sense that, but it's not yours. So you need to recognize, okay, that's not my energy. If you're still thinking about that person, there's a practice where we cut the cord that is maybe connecting you. Maybe that person is kind of attached to your energy because you have that healing aura, you have that healing energy around you, right? Many empaths and highly sensitive people have strong healing energy. That's why people come to you and naturally open up. People come to you and start talking with you about all their personal struggles and challenges and everything, right? That's something you should be actually proud of because you have that healing energy. It's like you would be the chosen one, like the one who came here with a healing gift. But of course, if you don't know how to nurture that part of yourself, you may feel like a curse because people are constantly coming to you, opening up, and it may be hard for you because there's just a certain amount of pain and deepness you can carry, right? Until it becomes too much. That's why boundaries are so important. You need to know how to set boundaries. You need to know how to stop the conversation. So for that, we need a certain level of social skills. Studying social skills for if it's a big problem for you that you're constantly absorbing negative energy from others, you need to learn some social skills so you are able to navigate a conversation into ending, right? If that's the case, like you need to stop a conversation, you need to learn to navigate it a little bit so eventually you can stop it. That's something I was really bad at. And for me, it was like I could be in a conversation even if it was not good for me, meaningful for me, and I couldn't stop it, and then I was observing my mic and just break it. So I started learning from her, like how she's doing it. Like sometimes you just need to be cold to, just, oh, I need to go by, right? That's something we need to learn. And for empathic people, it's a bit harder because you say, oh, if I will do that, I may hurt that person. I may cause some pain in that person. And you need to accept that because you can't make everybody happy. It's just not your job. And you need to know that. You can't make everybody happy. That's something you need to know. So when it comes to protection of your energy, you also need to strengthen your energy. So if you have well-established routines, like if you start your day well, and before that, if you're sleeping well, you will notice that you have more energy. If you look at your energy like a cup of life, that's something I like to say in my videos. Taking care of your cup of life. If your cup of life is empty, everything can trigger you easily, like that. But when your cup of life is full, nothing can move you. You will have energy to give, to help someone, to be there when somebody is struggling. You will not use them, look at them as toxic people. You will actually ask yourself, how can I help them? Right? But the question is, how can we fill up the cup of life? Right? And there's many ways we can do that. Firstly, we need to make sure that we are sleeping right. If you're not sleeping right, make sure to do some researches on that. Don't be like my mother. My mother was like like every single month when we were talking, she was like complaining about her sleep. And I said, well, there's so many tools you can use to improve your sleep. I know many tools and I gave them to her and she never used them. So we can't help someone who's not using the helpful information, the helpful tools, right? So work on that. If you have struggles with sleep, work on that. If you don't find any solutions, find somebody who can help you with that. It will help you with your energy so much. Then make sure that you're sleeping right. That you're eating right. We are what we eat as well, right? Make sure that you're nurturing the cells in your body. When the cells in the body are nurtured well, what will happen? Well, they will be in the higher energy, stronger pillar. That's what you become. So you need to make sure that you're taking care of that. Then you need to make sure that you're taking care of your mindset, right? You need to think right. You need to recognize your beliefs about life, your beliefs about people, your beliefs about your environment, your beliefs about universe, God, or whatever. And make sure that you are studying something that can help you to work on your weaknesses. If your weakness is that you are easily energetically affected, well, if you study some subject that can help you on that, there's many great books like A Survival Guide for Empaths. I think that's the name of a really well-known book for highly sensitive people. And it's not just that you will find great tools reading this kind of subjects, but it will give you a sense that you're not alone, that there's actually millions of people like you. There's many people like you. And when you notice that you're just a certain type of a person, you will notice, well, there's many of us. Some people find certain coping mechanisms when they are more sensitive. Some people suppress that and became more narcissistic, right? There's many types of that. But when you start studying a little bit those different subjects, you start to gain greater clarity around why you feel the way you feel. And that's something I think that is really, really important. So it will help you to work on your mindset as well. And again, as I mentioned, work on some social skills. It will help you to communicate more clearly. Sometimes, we all have personal needs. We all have something that helps us to to be at peace with ourselves and be at peace with our environment. And if we can express that clearly, also people around us will understand that. And that's a sense of, it gives us a sense of self-care. But it also helps us to protect our energy, so people will start to understand us better. Often empaths hope that people would understand them. That's how I was. Like, I hope that people would understand me. But I've noticed that people can only understand me if I'm able to express how I'm functioning, who I am, right? So you need to learn to express yourself more clearly. And for that, it's a great practice is actually to just film yourself. Like you're filming a video and you don't need to show it to anyone. You don't need to put it to anywhere. Like you're filming it for yourself, where you're practicing expressing who you are, how you are, what's going on in your mind. So we can gain a better clarity around your needs, around like how your system of thoughts is working. So we can organize those thoughts a little bit. It will help you so much when it comes to expression. But then another thing that will help you to protect your energy is to schedule alone time. That's just something you need, and you know that you need. And sometimes it may happen, like people are interrupting you. You have alone time and people are coming to you and people are distracting you. You need to make sure that you have strong boundaries around that. Like, this is my time. Stop bothering me, right? This is my time. Go into nature, go somewhere where nobody will be bothering you. I need a lot of alone time, and I love that. I use it for my creative expression, I use it for writing, I use it for finding out what I'm going through, because most of the answers I find when I'm alone, so I'm able later to discuss it with Maya, my girlfriend, or my friends, or whomever. And usually that's where I find most of realizations of certain concepts and certain things that truly works, and later I'm able to share them with you. So schedule alone time. If you find yourself of being exposed to maybe to negative people, to a negative energy, go into nature. It will purify you. If you go into a forest, go for a long walk into the forest, go close to a river and just enjoy that sound of water. There's magic in that sound. You know, nature has its natural healing flow. It's natural, like in ancient teachings of magic, which is coming from ancient alchemy, they were using wind for purifying their energy systems. So when there was a strong wind outside, they went outside, they set an intention, and if you try it out, you will notice that actually after that you feel better. That's why wind blows away everything that is not serving us anymore. So nature will help you so much. You need to use nature for healing, for recharging your energy. If you're living somewhere in the city, you need to connect with nature. We are the nature. We are coming out of nature. And nature is our home. So that's where we find a lot of that beautiful healing power. And it recharges us. So if you spend a lot of time in nature, under the sun, you know, there's many studies been done that people who are spending more time under the sun are much less depressed, are much happier, are much more excited, much more passionate, and much more creative, therefore. That's the power of nature. And I think we are just finding out glimpses of how much better we actually feel when we are more connected with nature. And to me, one of the most important things when it comes to protection of your energy and even better recharging of your energy is you need to recognize what you're passionate about, what you're joyful about. If you don't have any passions, ask yourself what gives you a sense of meaning, what gives you a sense of joy, a sense of happiness, a sense of fulfillment. Like for me, it's painting. For me, it's making these videos, sharing something with you, something that can help you, something that helped me, and I know it will help you. If I'm doing that, I feel like I'm living a great life. When, when I've started doing that, I've noticed that it's just something I need to do. Like I've discovered a calling. And usually people who are more sensitive, if you study the history, you will notice that people who truly changed the world, great leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King, if you study those people, you will notice those were highly sensitive people. Those were empathic people. Those were people who felt the pain of others. But rather than being victims of that, they use that as an inspiration to make a change on the world. That's how powerful your gift is. That's how powerful your senses are. That's why I said at the beginning, when you're more sensitive, you're more connected to life. You're more connected to life, so life can express itself through you. But you need to allow it. That's why when people say chosen ones, it's not the correct saying. The correct saying is actually those who choose to use their gifts, right? It's not just being the chosen one. It's like saying the talented people are those who become successful. But actually, people become successful when they use their talents, their talents, right? So when you discover your gift, you recognize the power of your gift and you use it for good, for whatever it is. Like if you're a creative person, let's use it. Use that creativity and make something out of it. That's how you use your gifts. And if you study a little bit possibilities and potentials, you may build a career around it. Many people are doing that. There's many great artists out there, many great healers living out of helping others. That's just how we can create our lives really, really fulfilling. So if you're struggling with often being exposed to negative people, make sure that you're balancing your life. So if there's a lot of negative energy in your life, make sure that you do something that brings you positive energy as well, like being a lot of time in nature, doing what you truly love. You need to discover those things. If you can't find what you love to do, go into your childhood's memories and find out what was the thing you truly loved to do. And you've stopped doing that because the world told you when you grow up you can't do that anymore. Whatever it was. I know for myself, when I was little, I was drawing all the time. Then I went into sports. I love that. But at some point I've started drawing once again, and I've built my career around that because I know that's something I need to do, because that's what gives me a sense of meaning. And I'm passionate about it. That's why we are on AttractPassion. We're attracting a lot of passion in our lives, right? That's the awareness of inner fire, connecting, being connected with it, and using it for greatening up, if that's the word, our lives and lives of those who come across our work, right? So my friends, I hope you found some value in today's video. I want to remind you we're running a fresh new sale in our Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion. If you want to find some inspiring art, go there and check it out. Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion. Link is in the description. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. Till next time, one love.